Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That's right. Welcome back to another edition of SMB, a South Park review. Each and every week, we break down South Park for you in linear fashion, one by one until it's all done. That is, at least all caught up. And of course, I am not alone this time. A little bit of special SMB on location episode once again. I'm at the D-Train's pad. D-Train 3000, the editor, of course, of SMB. Darren, what's up, buddy?
What's going on? It's good to see you. Not through a computer, dude.
Not through a computer. We're in person.
I know. Imagine that.
That's the power of human connection.
We get to do it old school and just watch South Park together this time.
It's nice, yeah. I mean, generally speaking, that's what we did before we started doing podcasts and hanging out, and just we watched South Park together, and then we started doing more podcasts together. So I mean,
remember that, guys? Back in the day, we used to hang out with your buddies and watch South Park.
Well, that's what we're here to do for you. And we're going to get into it today as this is SMB number 255. However, the episode reviewing is The Magic Bush. It is the 5th episode of season 18 and the 252nd overall episode of South Park as it first aired on October the 29th, 2014. I mean, it's about 10 years ago. Just about 10 years.
God. Yeah, that's making me feel old now.
I know. Graphic video from an unknown drone is uploaded on the internet.
Oops.
So this, of course, is when the start of drone fanaticism began. Like even the college I went to, Bates Tech, they now offer like a drone class during the summer. Now you don't get quote unquote certified through them, but it's like a drone prep class. So they teach you how to fly it, get you ready to take the test, so that way when you go take it, you'll be more prepared.
I work with some of your classmates, so
yeah, exactly.
I do know that. Yeah,
yes.
They all know how to fly a drone, but weren't certified and had to get recertified when they joined the crew.
Yeah, I mean, I have my trust thing, but I don't have my commercial one.
Same.
Yeah, exactly.
So little drones.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun, and the kids are, of course, Cartman, being a video gamer. You know, and just being in general loving to play with different military equipment or anything that which he can spy on people and have fun and make fun of people. You know, that's of course what Cartman's agenda really relies on. I mean, this is all just about Cartman messing around here.
Yeah, Cartman and a drone that's a scary combination, actually.
And that's how it starts, because Cartman is bored. He comes up to Butters' house to find something to do. Butters mentions doing a plethora of things that Cartman finds boring. And then Butters just throws it out there. They used his father's drone. And then Cartman is like, whoa. Like, you had it again? So he convinces Butters to try and fly the drone, but Butters is hesitant at first, insists he's not allowed to touch it, go near it. However, Cartman manipulates the situation, and then he takes the drone and then tells Butters, look, meet him after dark at his house. And it was at this point that night, Butters now meets up with Cartman.
Butters.
And Kenny's there. And Butters like, what, you told Kenny? And Cartman's like, come on, it's not like we're not going to tell Kenny. So they use the drone. They begin to spy on the Tucker residence, and they find Tucker's mom undressing. So they record her completely nude, and Cartman then comments on her abundance of pubic hair, and suddenly Thomas Tucker, Craig's father, notices the drone. So that's a good point to start there. Let's jump into some clips here. Butters here now as he sits at his desk.
Hey, douchebag, you doing anything cool?
Hey, Eric. I'm just looking at a video of bird eggs that I took.
Oh, God damn it. Nobody's doing anything cool. I'm so bored. Everything is so stupid.
I don't know. This bird nest is pretty neato.
No, it isn't.
My dad and I shot it yesterday at the lake.
That's stupid.
You can see the mama bird fly in.
I'm dying of boredom.
We took all kinds of videos with his drone.
What did you say?
You know, those drone thingies. You can make it fly anywhere and shoot video and stuff.
Your dad has a f***ing drone?
So, I mean, this is a pretty nice looking drone here, right? Like these big drones are huge. Expensive, dude.
Thousands.
They're not cheap. Like the drones we have are only a couple $100. They're smaller. They get the job done, you know, but they're definitely not these ones. Like these are high end. Like they could be abused a little bit too. Like you could drop them and crash them and.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to fly one of those for your first time trying a drone. Just the risk of, dude, that's like a couple $1,000 investment just like down the drain if you accidentally crash it.
No, that's true. That's why I have a cheap one for $100.
No, seriously. Yeah. If you're going to go get a drone, get a cheap one.
Get a cheap one so that way you can learn on it, play on it. And that way when you're then empowered to either go buy an expensive one or you're maybe hired, since maybe start using drones and you get hired to use a drone in any commercial aspect, then maybe they'll have a good one they want you to use. Mm-hmm. Some places do that. So
yeah. If you really need to use an expensive drone, one, you're going to end up needing a commercial license because if you're going to spend that kind of money, you're probably making money.
Yeah, you have to.
Or you're working for a business that will provide that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of reason to have one of these things as a personal drone. That is, and Cartman with one of those, someone's going to get.
But it does bring up a good, snapshot of 2014 because when drones first came out, they were like this. They didn't have the cheap ones. All they had was the really expensive drones, and a lot of them looked like these big things. Over time now, they've been able to modify the, mass and diameter of the drone itself to where they aren't as big and can still take as good a shot video. Versus when these first started out, they were like military things that had hit the market essentially. Military had been using it.
Yep. And now Cartman.
Whoa! It can fly like a quarter mile away from whoever's controlling it, and it can take video the entire time right to your phone. Don't touch the propellers.
You want to take it out for a spin?
Holding his finger right over the propellers.
That's my dad's drone.
Do you have any idea how much fun we could have with this thing? We can spy on everyone.
My dad said it's not for spying on people.
Butters, that's all drones are for. If we use it for a couple minutes tonight, your dad will never know.
Well, he'll know. You can hear it take off.
Okay, good idea. We'll take it over to my house. Come over after dark, and don't tell anyone.
No, Eric, I don't want to.
Oh, shit, it's your dad. Go, go, go. I'll see you later at my house.
Butters, are you home?
Coming, Dad.
Butters, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Nobody followed you, right? You didn't tell anybody.
Of course not.
All right, come in. Kenny's here. I told him all about it.
What? You said nobody would
The
know.
music in the
Just
background.
Kenny. Like, we're not going to tell Kenny we have a f***ing drone.
I mean, he makes a good point though. It's like you have to tell Kenny.
Oh, you absolutely have to tell Kenny.
You got to include Kenny.
You got to include Kenny on this one.
You got to include Kenny.
I mean, get everybody for the drone. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but more importantly, you got to make sure you get people who aren't going to narc on you. Kenny's not
that's Kenny.
Kenny's not going to narc on you if he gets to have fun too.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. Stan maybe feel a little guilty.
Stan Kyle, you're right.
Kyle for sure.
You're right.
Stan might be able to like influence a little bit because when you pull Stan away from Kyle, he can be influenced.
Yep.
But when he's with Kyle, that's like his sense of morality, buddy.
And
It keeps him in check. But then Stan's there to keep Kyle in check from getting too much of an inflated ego. Like, bro, calm down. Like, relax.
So they kind of have like their line of morality. So it goes like Cartman and then Kenny and then Butters and then Stan and then Kyle. Because Kyle rats first. Stan is kind of
true.
Influenceable, whatever you want to. Yeah.
He's fluid.
Butters is like whoever gets to him first has got him.
That's true.
And then
He's
Kenny
in the middle.
is keeping his mouth shut and Cartman's just a terrible person.
As long as he doesn't, Kenny's like, as long as you don't F me over, we're cool.
And then Cartman's the instigator 99%
He's just like,
of the time.
he's just like, whatever. I don't have no morals whatsoever.
So yeah, that's the South Park character tier list of.
So here's how these drones used to take off.
Dude, no way. This thing is so epic.
Be careful,
Altitude
the
when
power
you're
lines.
flying
Look,
like
there's
this.
everyone's backyard.
It's hard because like
Dude, there's Craig's
drones
house.
make
That's
sharp
Craig's house.
turns.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, maybe that's enough.
Like,
Oh,
and it
dude,
was
look
kind of
at
hard for me
Craig.
to like learn how to fly drones.
This would just be crashing through the window by accident.
Check it out, you guys. He's taking up.
Craig's
oh my
mountain
God, we got
fish.
full bush. Shit.
Jeez.
See, this is why I haven't tried to practice flying the
Dude,
drone
that's
around the
Craig's
apartment
mountain bush
complex.
Right there. Wait, what's that? Oh shit, dude, bail.
He hands it to Butters.
It's that Zizu. I don't know what to do. Fly back to the house, stupid.
The Stotch residence.
You got a problem, Stotch? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. There was a drone spying on my wife, and you're the only person I know with a drone.
So Mr. Chucker here makes the case, as I mentioned before. We cut to the clips. That someone, of course, went and used a drone to spy on his wife. And he thinks it's Mr. Stotch because Mr. Stotch was, of course, ranting and raving about buying a drone. But Mr. Stotch didn't have anything to do with this. And when he goes to approach Butters, Butters is going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
And not only is he going to lie, Mr. Stotch buys it. Because he's like, Butters didn't use it, and my son didn't use the drone, but the drone did it.
It's a ghost drone.
It's got a mind of its own or whatever. Yeah, kind of thing.
This town just goes to these things so quick.
They never blame the boys.
Well, sometimes they definitely blames Butters.
The school does.
Butters, but
Garrison and Mackie don't let them get away with that crap. But the rest of the town, not knowing them all day, they're able to kind of lie their way out of situations.
Yeah. Well, this town ends up in these like funky situations all the time because they don't have the smartest adults in the world. We will just say that.
That is true. So Mr. Stotch here, of course, defending himself.
Now, hold on. I am a drone hobby enthusiast. I would never use my drone in a way that contradicts the drone hobbyist code of conduct.
That's true.
Horse shit, your drone's out there flying around right now. I assure you, my drone is sitting in the garage. I'll show you. There, you see? It's right there. So you flew it back here in time? I swear I didn't fly it. Well, these things don't just fly themselves, do they? They ought to be illegal. I better not find out it was your drone.
I mean, you're looking at it.
So, I mean, the first thing I would say if I'm Mr. Stotch in this situation is, bro, like, I can't be the only one who bought a drone. Like, and if you really didn't think you did it, I'd be like, somebody else might have had a drone, man. Like, as you can see, mine is sitting here, and like, we didn't do that, or I didn't do that. Like, I've been here all night. Like,
yeah, you could. How? I don't know. He would have to prove that he's not the one using the drone, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because he's like, I mean, yes, I understand it's 2014, so not everybody had drones. Like, it's easily accessible now. You can order it off Amazon, like, and get one. Like, but back then they were like $500-$600 just for like these ones, right? These starter ones and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I don't know if this is like the Amazon Basics one or if it's some. It doesn't now from this angle look quite as high tech as it did from the other angle, especially with the controller there.
It's like an early model.
Yeah,
the early model drones that came out there. Like I said, you can find them at the mall. At like special like aviation and train set type hobbyist stores and whatnot.
I think you can get this one on Temu.
Probably now. You probably could for like $50 or something like that.
Nah, look, there's still a couple $100.
It's all plastic.
Not worth it.
The shell is plastic and shit like that, so it flies. It just gets wobbly.
I mean, I am gonna. So what I am doing is reviewing a Temu gimbal on my channel.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll let you know. I will let you know. Yeah,
cool.
It'll take about 9 years to get here.
It takes forever. Takes forever.
But I'll let you know how that goes.
Like, I want to order Temu, but I've explained my situation with packages. Like, I'd have to go to the post office, and like the post office people are starting to know who I am, and I really don't want to get packages delivered from Temu at the post office, and they put a visual to my face.
No,
they'll know who I am.
No, you'll be a menace at the
I'll be
post
a menace.
office.
Yeah, exactly. Now, of course, Mr. Stotch starts to believe that his drone has got a mind of its own.
Butters?
Again, doesn't jump to the conclusion
Hey, Dad.
that someone else might just have a drone.
Butters, did you hear the drone making any sounds in the garage?
Like, no.
Oh, no, Dad. I'm just being sleepy. Why do you ask?
Butters, exhausted.
Nothing,
from
son.
running.
It's nothing. Get back to sleep, pal. Love you.
I love you too, Dad.
He was cooking.
He was just like really out of breath.
All right, shh, Kenny. Here comes Stan and Kyle. Remember, not a word about this to anyone.
Okay.
Not a word, Kenny.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but seriously, it's like there's no real thing to grab onto, you know?
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to watch it anymore.
I know. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey, yeah. So, of course, Cartman.
You guys want to see Craig's mom's bush? What? Somebody, I guess, was spying on Craig's mom, and they got pictures of her bush, and it's like a Yeti. You guys want to check it out?
As soon as he had the words in his head,
If that's true, I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see
never
Craig's mom's
staying in.
bush.
Not if somebody took pictures without her knowing.
Stan.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Locked and loaded, full metal bush, bro. How'd you get that on your phone? Oh, Kenny? It's on the internet. Yeah, I just downloaded it off the internet. Nobody knows who took it. Huh, Kenny?
Uh-huh.
That's terrible.
Bikini.
I know, right? Now everyone's gonna see it.
Everybody now.
Hey, Craig. Have you checked out the internet lately? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. It's just a...
No, nothing.
You might want to invest in some hedge clippers.
Cartman's backyard.
For what? Oh, nothing. You just might want to hire Tarzan to do some landscaping work for your mom.
Tarzan. Landscaping work.
Oh, nothing.
Now, Butters is going to actually take... Look at this. He's got Cartman pinned up against the bathroom stall. And he's taking some initiative here, Darren. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. Can't believe you.
I love when Butters is like this.
When he takes charge and he's like assertive. Yeah. Even Cartman's a little scared, you know?
Butters is scary when he's like this, man. That's what happens when you're not always like that. And then you get like that. People are like, oh. I take it seriously.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Whoa, Butters, chillax, bro.
Why did you put Craig's mom's bush on the internet?
Butters.
You promised me we wouldn't get into trouble.
Butters.
Now everyone is going to know what we were doing.
Butters, I had to.
Why did you put
I had
Craig's
to put it
mom's
on the
bush
internet.
on the internet?
Why?
Because Stan saw the video on my phone, all right? If the video is only on my phone, then clearly we did it. If we downloaded it off the internet, then anyone could have done it.
I should have never listened to you. I should have known this
Yeah,
would
the
get
thing
out of
about they
hand.
don't know
Don't
is
start
someone
playing the
else is in
blame game here,
bathroom.
okay? You and Kenny are just as responsible. And the next time
You
you
never
want to
know
show
who's in
me,
the
just
stalls,
remember
guys.
I'm covering your ass.
And then all of a sudden, Kyle. Sneaky little bastard.
The sneaky bastard.
All right, look, they got this here whiteboard. Neighborhood watch. They got that, you know.
If I don't report, my neighbor will.
Report any sightings of drones, but I was going to comment on that poster to the left where it talks about the neighborhood watch prevent crime. They've got that old school sign that was used for so long where it's a dark silhouette shadowy figure with a black hat and a black trench coat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
that's creepy.
I understand, but I feel like that's profiling. You know, what if you just want to wear a black hat and a black trench coat?
Yeah.
Like, why does that make you?
I would have worn one today if I didn't think I was going to get judged.
You know?
You know?
Seriously, this sign scared me off from buying trench coats. You don't even know, guys.
As well, my name is Roger Donovan, and just like you, I'm pretty upset about what's going on in our neighborhood.
How are these
Well, okay,
drones?
but anyone with a trench coat's kind of a psycho. Let's just keep going.
All right. Well, Clyde Donovan's father's here because, of course, Clyde's mother died because Clyde left the toilet seat up.
Didn't deserve to be splayed all over the internet like that. Yes, well, luckily nobody's watched the video, of course.
That's right.
But the fact is that these drones are only getting more popular. I mean, anyone can get a drone off Amazon for $200, and there's no laws, and the whole thing is pretty damn hairy.
That's true. There was that gray zone when
God,
it started.
I'm sorry, Laura.
I'm sorry, Laura. This whole situation's getting a little hairy. No, he's right, because at the time of 2014, there was like a gray zone. Like people were buying drones and just flying into uncontrolled airspace and controlled airspace and all this shit because like it was a free for all.
Nowadays they won't even let you do it. There's it's like geo fence. There's a wall. You fly it there, it'll just stop.
Well, not just that too, but the drones are programmed as like part of their construction and production. They can't fly over.
They won't even do it.
Yeah, uncontrolled. Like for just your regular run of the mill, hey, have fun drone. It's only going to go at 300 feet. And then, like, if you want to get a commercial drone, it's only going to go 400 feet. But then that you still have to get permission to be like, hey, I'm going to fly in controlled airspace at this specific time for this specific reason. Blah,
You still got to request it.
Yeah, you got to request it when you're doing that. You don't have to request it when you're doing uncontrolled if it doesn't go up above 300. So, but you still can't. There are still no fly zones. I mean, as we were today. Yeah, we went to a point.
We were at one.
Yeah, we can't fly there. Bastards.
The situation is pretty hairy, right? Nothing to do with you personally. I mean, how would I even know? I didn't see it. Look, we're all here because what happened to Laura could happen to any of us. There's nobody regulating these drones, and if we don't do something now, we're going to be up to our navels with bush. Up to our necks in trouble. Sorry.
Up to our navels in bush.
It used to be called natural. Completely shaving bald down there used to be the weird thing.
It's okay, honey, though.
But now, because I choose not to let society dictate how hairy my vagina should be, I'm labeled as some kind of freaking monster.
And that's the point. I mean, we all have...
Saying is, you do what you want to do with your private parts. I would hope that if my partner wanted me to trim, not shave. You don't have to shave like a razor, but at least trim. I would appreciate if they trim too.
Yeah, I just have no preference. If that's what they want, it's coming off, I guess.
You know, I mean, I should as well.
I mean, we all have things about ourselves that are embarrassing.
Or at least trim.
I'm
get
not
a little weed
embarrassed
whacker
about
down
it.
there.
It's natural.
It's a lot of natural. Look. Why we're here is because it's going to take all of us a neighborhood watch to make sure that our community stays safe. Yeah, but how can we keep that close a watch on the whole neighborhood? It's
Drones.
simple.
So now they have a neighborhood watch drone. So the very thing that they're fighting against, Darren, they've decided to go ahead and lean into it further. Because that's going to really solve the problem.
Yeah, now police drones to police the other drones.
That are policing the neighborhood that are regular drones.
Yeah.
Because somebody decided to, some kids.
Neighborhood, watch your wife.
It's definitely like a direct correlation of kids doing something what they think is innocent and it ends up turning into something crazy.
These would have been the first drones to get shot down.
Oh my gosh. Neighborhood watch banners flying from the drones to signify that what the job
this
is.
is going to work great.
All the guys.
Oh yeah, this is gonna work great.
All the guys got drones now. That's what it really is. Kid. Good job, Cartman.
Are you happy now?
What?
Is this?
What?
You think this is cool?
What does that have to do with me?
See, when you start invading people's privacy, thinking it's harmless to put up pictures of them they didn't want up, Kenny, you start a domino effect that eventually screws everything up
He
for
thought it was Kenny.
everybody.
Kenny has no idea what you're talking about, dude.
I was in the bathroom when you were talking to Butters, Cartman. I know
You were what?
I was in the bathroom.
You were spying on me?
No, I was taking a crap and I heard you guys talking.
But you didn't say anything? That's f***ing spying, Kyle.
How is
right.
that spying?
You were listening, but we didn't know you were there. How is that not spying? You're a dick. You're a spying
You were in a
dick,
public
and now you wanna
place. That's
lecture
how it's
Kenny
not
about
spying.
F*** you, hypocrite dick spy.
No,
that-
but that's what I'm saying. That's the point, though. He's saying you're yelling at me and Kenny and Butters for spying on Craig's mom and not saying anything. But then you're going to come back out and say you didn't tell us that you were in the bathroom spying on our conversation.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's her fault for getting dressed in front of the wide open window that she knew. Wait, that was into her own backyard, though. Never mind.
I mean, it's not the mom's fault. They're both at fault. That's the point. I'm just saying Cartman points out the paradox here. Like, you're going to call me out?
There's a
when you
difference
did-
between
you did the
sitting in
exact
a
same
stall and not covering your ears and then intentionally spying on a woman with a drone. I don't know. There is a gray area there.
But I guess in the kind of
Not a large one.
in the code of school conduct, though, I think Cartman would have more appreciated if he had said, "Hey, I'm in the bathroom," right? Because
Probably.
then he technically wouldn't have been spying, and then Kyle could call him out on the morality of the situation. Like,
Well, yeah, because then he couldn't post pictures of people's bushes online anymore.
now, I will say Kyle learning this information is not definitely a correlation to all the things that Cartman, Kenny, and Butters did, because obviously what they did caused the neighborhood watch to start happening via drones, and then cops getting drones, and it basically becomes a drone war, all because of Craig's mom's bush being photographed.
You know, we all thought the next war was going to be fought with drones, and that didn't happen.
You know, I'm still hoping if that ever comes to pass, that's what'll happen. It'll just be drones, not people.
It's just be a financial war, like who can blow up the most drones,
Like Risk.
and it's until one
Yeah.
of them runs out of money, basically.
Yeah, whoever has the most drones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
I feel like that's where it should go.
But like the only problem was this: whoever wins that war, that all-out drone war, then they're going to use those drones to then like spy on us and follow us around, and we'll just be drone surveyed at all times.
And they already have the drones. They could already do that. I mean, think about it, like at least they're gambling their own wallets instead of other people's lives. Like
Is it
I
their own
still am all
wallets
about
because
it.
the federal government is taking the money from taxpayers? So
That's a good our wallets. They're still
our
taking it from
wallets,
us.
yeah.
You're right. You're
They're
right.
taking our money, so it's like then they're going to use it to like track us.
No.
All right, so here comes the hobby enthusiasm store.
Hello,
with
can
Mr.
I help
Stotch.
you? Yes, I'd like to return this drone. You want to return it?
And the reason why he wants to return it is because he thinks the drone has a mind of its own, because the drone obviously went out and did something, and the hobbyist is like, "What about your son?" And he's like, "No, it couldn't have been him." And like the hobbyist kind of looks at him like, "Are you an idiot?" Like, it's obviously.
You want to return it? Yes, I'm not into the hobby anymore. The hobby of flying drones is new and exciting. How can you not be into it? Look, something's wrong with it. It does things. It flies by itself.
Fly by itself.
No, somebody has to control it. You don't understand. It was in the garage and the battery was fully charged. Someone said they'd seen it flying around, so I checked. The battery was half empty.
His son.
I'm sorry, but we don't do returns. Please, I just want another hobby to get enthused about. Sir, did you try looking at the SD card? All the video gets recorded to that, so you could probably determine who flew it. You think I didn't try that? I pulled out the SD card.
These are always my favorite characters.
It was all erased. Somehow it erased everything. Sir, did you consider that your son might have done that? No, it's impossible. He's not allowed to fly it without my supervision.
Yeah.
I always love these. Oh, that's a shot. You missed the tighty whitey shot, Matt.
Oh, for God's sake! God damn it, get the hell out of here! That does it!
So they're coming back for more.
Yeah. I always love the character. There's always the one guy where like the whole town is falling for this absolutely bizarre, crazy thing that there's an obvious answer to. But there's always the one person and the one character that's like still living in the real world that goes, "Are you dumb? Your son definitely flew it." Yeah. Everyone else is going to come up with these wild stories, but there's always the one person. And again, we've talked about this in a past episode. There's a name for this type of character, but anyway, South Park always has it. The one person, that is just like, "Are y'all nuts? Like, what did you guys all take? I want some of that."
The character surrogate, the point
there
of view.
It is. Yeah.
Exactly.
So funny.
People have to do something. You're the law, and these things need to be illegal. But they aren't illegal, Mr. Tucker. Our privacy was invaded, and now there are kids at school making music videos with the footage of my wife. Have you seen what they're doing? No, none of us watched the video, but if we did, we could handle it. We're police officers. We see sickening things like that every day. We understand the humiliation your wife has gone through, Mr. Tucker, but I haven't been humiliated. I've been wronged. We are here to ask for your help. Now, are you going to help us or not?
I like how she said, "I haven't been humiliated. I've been wronged." She's right. She got, a drone. You should be able to take get undressed in your house if you want, I will say,
if it was the front yard window, that'd be one thing, but this was not. This was to their large backyard where she'd expect to be able to.
And the privacy of your own home and an actual house, not apartments or anything like that, because apartments are different, obviously. Like, if you keep.
Yeah, I mean, I've walked out here butt naked and been like, I don't even care.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but like, that's your choice.
I've definitely ran out here covering myself just because it's like middle of the night and I realized I had to come switch off a light out here that was annoying or something like that. And I just didn't. I'm not going to get fully dressed, but I see that one of these is open. I'm like, I'll do that. Or I could just do the Cartman move while he's on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he thinks he's invisible.
Exactly. No, that's you could. I mean, maybe people would think you're invisible in the middle of the night.
For your help. Now, are you going to help us or not?
Well, that'd probably be best left to a professional hair removal company. Or perhaps a forest ranger? Help us with the
Or perhaps a
spying
forest
on
ranger.
us. All right. We'll do everything we can.
So now you got regular neighborhood watch drones. You got boys, girls, sissies, of course, still.
Are you out of your mind? What are you doing?
Butters.
Why would you turn Craig's mom's bush into a music video starring us?
Because, Butters.
Why can't you leave it alone? Why can't you just stop?
Because, Butters, Kyle was spying on us, okay?
There he
Kyle
goes.
was spying on us, and he
Attaboy,
knows
Cartman.
that we put the video of Craig's
Finally.
mom on the internet. He found out everything. That's why I had to make another video.
Yep.
Why? Because when Kyle says he heard us say we made the video, we can say we were talking about this video. Oh, thank you, Eric. That's pretty smart. I really owe you one.
He just keeps manipulating Butters.
Which, yeah, that's
Thank you, Butters. Thank you. You're welcome.
pretty on character for Cartman, wouldn't you say?
It is. Gosh, Jimmy, you just keep doing it. Oh my gosh, Jimmy, just keep doing this mental gymnastics. You make other people believe that you did all the work and I didn't do nothing. You really
That was
think
a
you wrote the
manipulative
fisting,
little shit.
Doug? You really think you wrote the fisting, Doug?
He's going to be a piece of work, isn't it? It's just, well,
Poor Craig.
we'll get there.
Butters, we live in a world where privacy is gone, okay? It's just gone, bud. Your wiener, my balls, they're public domain. You can get on the internet right now and look at that chick from Hunger Games' butthole. We can either all freak out about it, or we can just calm down because honestly, I'm getting a little sick of covering your ass.
Jesus.
Drones now. They're watching. They come up. They're showing.
Gerald's watching Housewives of Atlanta.
You're supposed to be keeping watch on the neighborhood.
I am. Let's see what Nelson's doing.
I am keeping a watch.
I am.
He's fucking his wife.
Fucking your wife.
And then the cops show up. Cop drone.
Shit. Dude, neighborhood
Cop
watch.
drone.
Neighborhood watch.
This is great. Oh, it's got bullets.
I've been shot.
I've been shot.
No.
Told you, this is how battles are going to be fought.
Now, I will say this. In this case, it's because of the fact that, if you're flying drones as a hobby, it's not like you have to... I mean, you can register. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't go online like we do and go to the FAA website, at least get a recreational license so that way we can...
nothing.
A lot of people just throw their drone up and do it and hope they don't get caught or asked by a cop, hey, do you have your recreational pass? So, if you're not registered... In this case, Randy's probably not.
No.
So there's no way the cops could actually track it back to these people right now. At least in 2014. But even more now.
I don't know how it worked then, to be completely honest.
Yeah, just like you said, you go to a hobbyist store and you buy one.
But did we notice that the police drone had a silenced...
A silencer?
Yeah, whatever. I was going to say a silenced pistol, but I don't know what you'd call the gun on a drone.
Oh.
But it has a silencer. I don't know if you noticed that. But
Yeah, it did.
I don't know why the drone has a silencer on it.
Hey, gotta take care of business quietly.
Yeah, I guess it's planning on...
It's like the drone is already loud enough with the propellers, maybe, so let's make sure we don't cause a bang.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to sneakily assassinate people for whatever reason with drones. This is what you were worried about, Matt.
And shot down an unarmed civilian drone. Yes, the civilian drone was black.
That's right. There's a few.
A UCD.
There's like a Virgil or a Vigil.
I wasn't doing anything wrong. This is a complete outrage.
They're holding a service for the drone.
It was about yay big. I mean, the hair on it was out to here, and then it had another trail of hair down from her belly button. I mean, the drone. Yeah, that's what I saw. That's all I saw. While police claim they were only following standard protocol, the drone owners are banding together and holding a candlelight vigil.
They use the drones for the cameras.
And then the cop drones show up. And now they're coming after them.
First, candles on top of drones are a fire hazard.
I mean, that's a fair point.
That is a very fair point.
Candles on top of a drone would be a fire hazard.
Not a good call.
Not a good call. You're basically fine fire. Now, I don't know how the candle would stay lit. Even at a low movement, you're still moving through the air briskly.
I mean, we do light like little balloons on fire with, the little that you put out on the water. The what do you call them?
But the propellers are all around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it put it out?
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wind.
Yeah, that wind from it.
Return to your garages.
What the hell are these police drones doing? We can't protest now? Just hover, honey. They can't do anything if we're just hovering. Randy, we need to talk. Okay. Inside. I've been going over it and over it in my head.
Look at Mr. Stotch's face. He's got like a 5 o'clock shadow. Hasn't shaved in days. He's stressed out. Can't sleep. Hasn't eaten. Hasn't had sex with his wife. All because of
there's wife.
all because of the Butters and Cartman and Kenny.
Over it in my head. I thought Butters and I were alone, but then I saw you on the news.
I love how he just blames Butters for everything ever, and then in this situation, all of a sudden, he just can't comprehend Butters lying.
This is very important. Is it possible that you did something contrary to the proper code of conduct for drone flying enthusiasts? No, I didn't. I thought it was
Randy
just
wants
my
to get
job.
away with the fact that he was looking at Craig's mom Bush. Or the other people having sex. So that's why his stuff was taken down.
Remains, no matter how improbable.
So all of a sudden, Butters' dad is the most gullible person on earth.
Was drained.
Apparently.
The SD card was erased. Butters was the only other person who had access to it. Butters can't use the drone without my supervision. So where does that leave us, Randy? Drones are spooky. If they have minds of their own, they're more than spooky. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel pretty unenthused about this hobby.
I'm starting to feel
The
pretty
town of South Park has
unenthused.
become a hotbed of tension with civilians lashing out at police.
So now they're parodying real life events of, individuals and their lives being taken by force through the authorities, and they are displaying that parody via drones, where the protesters and or people are upset that their rights as drone owners are being oppressed.
South Park's a shit show.
After police use
What a
excessive
town.
force at a peaceful protest, the town is now broken out into full-scale riots.
See? Full-scale riots.
I was about to say it must be nice to only have to worry about these things until I
As
saw
the
this.
people of South Park continue to protest, the South Park police are now
Tellies.
ordering a mandatory
Two drones work
reverse
together to
curfew.
steal a TV.
The
Who
governor has
gets the
asked for
TV?
help from the National Guard to
Well,
bring
maybe they're
order to
married
the town.
drones.
Oh, that's a good point. Now the drones are coming.
Roommate drones, I don't know. Oh, the military, the camo.
They have to go stop this drone. Be like, no, come on.
And they're watching.
Like, come on.
What's up with all these women in South Park constantly getting dressed in front of wide open windows? I don't
Yeah, well,
know.
they figure they're on the second floor, so you can't really see them, so...
Husbands ain't cutting it, I guess.
This is 2020.
2020, a town in crisis over the matter of privacy. Now, for the first time, we sit down and talk to the mom behind the bush.
The mom, the bush. But the mom behind the bush. They're doing a whole special on her.
Apparently, we don't even need to make a thumbnail.
There, yeah, you're right. The mom behind the bush. That is really what it is. Seriously, that's literally our thumbnail right
The
there.
mom, the bush.
The mom, the bush, but it's the mom behind the
Yeah.
bush. Yes. Now they're going to do a 2020 interview with her about her bush causing all of this stuff.
Behind the bush. You've become sort of a poster child for privacy and drone issues.
I don't think anyone wants to live in a world where police
That
drones are
sucks.
monitoring neighborhood watch drones. I mean, where does it stop?
It just keeps going on and on, kind of like your... I mean, it just goes outside what most people would call acceptable.
Seeing pictures of naked women before 2005. It's not that weird.
It's okay, honey. I didn't see the video. I don't believe in doing that, but I'm just saying that the situation in your town is unwieldy.
Unwieldy?
Please do not adjust your televisions.
What is that?
My name is Stephen Willis
His
Stott.
dad is apparently taking over the airwaves. I don't know how he's hacked into the satellite feed like that, but for him to do that, that would take some fine ingenuity.
Yeah, it would. And Butters slightly cropped into the corner is
But you know what?
hilarious.
I would not put it past the Stotch family because, as we've seen in the past, we've talked about it. Butters has had the ability to start his own cable access news channel with Cartman when they were hucking and selling jewelry.
I want Butters. I don't
Cash
know
for
what.
gold.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I want Butters on my production staff.
He
I
knows
think.
what he's doing. Yeah.
Willis Stott, the drone that took the video of Craig's mom, was my drone. I didn't want to believe it, but they do things without us knowing. At this point, I have completely lost all enthusiasm for the hobby. All of you with drones, please listen to me.
They're in bed
3
with their
days ago, my drone recorded
There
a
you go.
video that
That's a good
something
point. Gerald and
uploaded to
Sharon,
the
or
internet.
Sheila could have gotten
We
the
all
TV.
were told
Yeah,
to
that's a good
respectfully
point.
not watch the
Couples.
video. But on the page, it has over 300 million views.
Full Metal
If none
Bush.
of us watched it, who did?
If none of us watched this, who did? They're like, what?
We have to find a way to get rid of them before they get rid of us.
Now, look, dude. Look at all the drones that are outside now. The drones have just really taken over. See, this is what I'm afraid.
Town is just so trapped in its own delusions all the time.
This is what I'm afraid of. What's going to happen if everybody had a drone? And
Yeah, how many are we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 at least. I don't know if you see any more than 7.
8.
Let us know in the
There's one-
comments.
There's 8. There's one faintly up on the top. It's very far away, but it's up there.
Let us know how many you see in the comments, because
Oh wait, there's more.
okay,
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
no. Keep going.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Do you remember when I
Way
showed
more
you
than
the
8
video
now.
with the little bird eggs? That's the last time I felt
Like
happy.
12 maybe?
Dude, what's the matter?
I have to tell the truth. I want you and Kenny to come with me and tell Craig's mom we're sorry and that we'll...
Okay. Come inside. There's drones out here.
I don't want any more discussions, Eric. I don't want any more excuses. I just want to end this so we can take our punishment and be done with it.
Butters.
I don't want all these drones everywhere. Nobody does.
Butters. All right, Butters. Fine. I have a way that we can get rid of all the drones.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's sick of it. It's just that everyone's waiting for everyone else to stop. We can put an end to it all tonight. We're just going to need one thing.
What's that?
Your dad's drone.
No, there's no way
Butters! Jennifer Lawrence's butthole didn't take a picture of itself. It started with her, right? Just like this started with you spying on her.
Jennifer Lawrence's
Now, I'm willing
butthole
to bail
didn't
you
take
out
a
of all
picture
this,
of
but
itself.
I swear it's the last time, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stotch is doing some sort of... holding a gun.
Time to end this hobby.
So how are these... Okay. How are the people in South Park so smart and so dumb at the same time? They are constantly trapped in their own delusions. But he managed to take over every TV broadcast in town. He built that contraption. It's like they're so technically smart and then just so dumb at the same time.
I feel like you're describing a segment of the population of the United States. Like
myself?
No,
I'm
just
really
in
dumb.
general. Like people, how are people so smart but also so dumb?
Yeah,
like that's that's what it really comes down to.
Engineers, man. That's what any kind of engineer, like the engineer brain type. You ever met someone who's really talented at anything engineering? Incredibly smart at anything involving that type of thinking, and then just completely lost everywhere else. That's how my brain works. I'm really good at what I do, but if I have two objects to keep track of, I will lose them both.
Okay. Yeah, I have to keep track of a lot of objects. I'm the opposite. I'm like, I need more than one object to keep my eye on. Otherwise, I get bored and I just my mind starts to wander. So I need multiple things to keep track of. So that way it helps me focus. Like, okay, I got this,
See, that's the same with me. But then when it comes to something super basic like my wallet and keys, it's like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I forgot that shit.
What?
Like, oh man, you're like doing a pocket check before you leave and shit to make sure you got everything.
100 channels of audio, no problem.
Yeah.
Car keys, wallet, lost.
Or you get out to the car and you forget something and you're like, shit.
Yep.
Like I wanted to take my laptop with me to work a couple times this last week just to like use on my breaks, and I was like, damn it, I forgot it again. Like I can't believe
Yep.
I set it all up. I downloaded everything to edit stuff, and then I didn't even take it with me. So here's Mr. Stotch. Comes out and he sees, his drone's gone again.
No.
So he's growing a whole beard.
Prepare for
He's got a
takeoff.
whole beard.
If this doesn't work, we're dead.
It'll work, Butters. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that drones can't resist Craig's mom.
So here's what happens. They have a drone, and tied to this drone, Darren, is a blow-up doll. And on the blow-up doll below the belt, it's going to show a bunch of bush.
Oh my God.
So yes, as you can see, Darren, it's a blow-up doll with a lot of pubic hair on it. Because it's supposed to be representative of Craig's mom.
Yeah, and that thing is that is the worst Photoshop job I've ever seen. Look at that.
So now Craig's mom's bush, or Craig's mom, the blow-up doll, is going to fly through town because as what he's learned, nobody can resist Craig's mom's bush.
Craig's mom's bush.
So now they're planning a battle between all these drones. And then all of a sudden, and then the military shows up. Just as they're about to battle, all of a sudden, Craig's mom's bush. Or the blow-up doll. Now, apparently, everybody really believes that this is Craig's mom. They cannot tell on their video that this is a blow-up doll, Darren. They're unable to dissect between reality and plastic.
With that thing? Are you kidding me? That looks like it got photoshopped in the 70s. Before Photoshop. I don't know when did Photoshop start?
So Stark's Pond. Now, I'm not sure why I forget why they lead here. But they just lead him out of town, I guess? We don't really get an explanation as far as where all the drones went. But now they're at a banquet to celebrate the fact that Craig's mom sacrificed herself to fly through town on a drone so that way they could stop the drone war. And we, of course, will get a song by a bard. Have you ever heard of the song and the tale about Craig's mom's bush?
I have not. What? They had a whole song about Craig's mom's bush? I forgot about this, apparently.
I have a whole song about Craig's
I'm going to remember immediately, but...
We're here tonight to pay tribute to a woman who overcame humiliation, who rose above the monsters invading her privacy and said no more. Just when it seemed that we were about to live in a world controlled by drones, she did something miraculous. And someday, our children's children will still be telling stories about how Craig's mom flew through the town and led all the drones away.
Have you heard the tale of Craig's mom's bush and the night that it saved us from drones? Nobody knew the power it had, they just thought it was shaggy and gross. Craig's mom lived a life of shame and despair. Everyone feared her great giant bush.
They didn't.
But then when drones were filling the sky, she unfurled her bush and she used it to fly. Craig's mom's bush, Craig's mom's bush, gargantuan thicket of madness. Bigger than earth and denser than gold, truly a magical bush to behold.
Cartman.
Well, you see, Butters, everything worked out.
Everything worked out.
Dude, we need to learn this song.
Thank you, Eric. I screwed up everything, but now everyone's happy. Thanks for covering my ass.
Craig's mom doesn't seem very happy.
All right, I have a way that we can make Craig's mom happy.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you, Eric. I screwed up everything, but now everyone's happy. Thanks for covering my ass.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And she flew away into the sun, and then she died.
I like how he looks her right in the eye before he says, and then she died.
And then she died.
And then she died.
After flying right in
her face.
Right into the sun. She flew right in the sun. All right, well,
and he's looking right at her. Craig's mom's bush.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, for those watching here on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Come back for the next edition right here on, we're going to be checking out Freemium Is It Free? Right here on YouTube. The internet webs once more. So again, click that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on another edition of SMB, a South Park review.
On another one.